It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Colts and the Lions coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Hoosier State at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air.
Here's Michael Badgley, ready to kick this one off. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. Anthony Gould now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Indianapolis led out by their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. The number 4 overall pick in 2023. Had some highlight moments, but injured most of the year. Greg now in his second year in the NFL out of Florida.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, Fody did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for the Colts. First down. First and 10.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Brian Branch in on the tackle.
3-yard pickup. Brings up
2nd and 7.
at the 43-yard line.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, Richardson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, 2nd in the league in passing a season ago.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Gibbs. Gibbs with a first down and more. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On play action, Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, The defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
So from 3rd and 2, back him up to 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Throw to the sideline, well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 1st and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. Whoa, changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Williams in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They hand it to Gibbs. Not much room to speak of. He'll take this to the 11. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. A toss to the right, and here comes Gibbs. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So on 4th down, the Lions bring on Michael Badgley for the field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but the wheels as well. The NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. Open man is the rookie, Adonai Mitchell. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Indianapolis.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, Richardson. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Brian Branch.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Richardson. And this ball incomplete on third down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Raymond going to return it. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Lions offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick six. A touchdown for the defense. The pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. Trailed by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now, Goff. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Goff. Catch is made, that is Williams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. Now a loose football. The Lions have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score.
Holding offense. A penalty is declined.
Here's Michael Badgley for the point after. He's got it. And the Lions are in the lead by the score of 13-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Richardson operating from the pistol. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Here's Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Richardson gonna look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's gonna be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls,
the pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
the best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Richardson. Pass right side to Downs. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
From the gun, Richardson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 13-7 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Richardson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Now Richardson. He's got it. He is in. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indy. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The kick is good. Makes the score Colts 14, Lions 13.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Get a pause here. We have an injury. And it is the tight end, Sam Laporta, a player they cannot afford to lose. From the gun, it's Goff. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with it.
Really nice call there on 3rd and inches. You have the defense thinking run, and then you hit him with the short pass, and the yardage you get after that is just gravy. They turn this into a nice play, and they pick up a 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled 1st half continues. Here's Gibbs. And he'll get the penalty yardage back, and more than that. He's a couple yards short of the 1st down, a gain of 13. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go play action with Goff. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's 3rd and 2. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
A 43-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good.
The score,
And the Lions are going to move out in front.
14.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Here's Gould on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Michael Pittman making his way back out there along with the rest of the Colts offense. They trail by 2 and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Richardson will give it to Taylor. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And I don't know. I think he is short. They are. They're going to mark him short. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Richardson gets this quickly to Mitchell. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Ryan Kelly, the center, guilty there. A give up the middle to Taylor. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
Brings up 2nd down.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Quickly out to Downs on the receiver screen. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
On first down, it's Goff. The throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
One of the tight ends in motion right. Now Gibbs. He'll push forward for about a yard. Rodney Thomas, the safety, stops him there. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Throwing, Goff. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. To throw is Goff. That's taken in by Khalif Raymond. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake, here's Goff. That is caught at the 3. And he's into the end zone. Khalif Raymond. Touchdown, Lions.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense. On 2nd down, Richardson. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Richardson to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Here's their punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Now, fair catch is taken back inside the 40. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Goff to throw. This one finds Peoples-Jones. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down is right.
They'll run with Gibbs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
7-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
The tight end going in motion to the left. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
He was brought down at the 26.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
3rd and a yard. Williams in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal, and at the very least got to come away with some points.
Now, Goff. To the goal line and in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Badgley now, attack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Colts offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. They try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller, him and the quarterback, seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
So we reach halftime, and the visiting Lions are in the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. J.J. McCarthy, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st down, Lions.
From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his man, Peoples-Jones. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So the best thing this wide receiver is able to do here, Mike, on this crossing route is once he gets the ball in his hands, he's able to put his foot in the ground and get vertical. So often you see these guys get strung out sideline to sideline, and they're not able to pick up big yards after the catch. So really nice job here, and it leads to a big gain.
Goff to throw on 1st down. He connects with St. Brown. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 31-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 2nd down and 3. First carry for David Montgomery. And he's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Badgley's extra point is good. And the Lions will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football when the situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. That's complete. Kylan Granson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Gibbs. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Goff to throw. He'll look deep, left sideline. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Lions will punt this ball away. Back deep, Anthony Gould. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. The next drive about to get started. Before it does, I want to take a look ahead at what's coming up this week. Tonight, Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Rams. Great NFC battle at SoFi. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, it's the Ravens and Chargers also at SoFi Stadium. And we'll take a peek ahead now. Thanksgiving Day triple header starts with Bears, Lions in Detroit, Giants, Cowboys in Arlington, and a good one to wrap up the holiday. Dolphins and Packers from Lambeau Field.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34.
Throwing is Richardson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down
Here's Richardson. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll go play action with Goff. Look wide, get this one complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
At the 27-yard line.
To throw is Goff. He'll get this to his tight end, Laporta. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Get a pause here. We have an injury, and it is the tight end, Sam Laporta, a player they cannot afford to lose. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. That's quickly out to Williams. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
At the 37-yard line.
A second down throw for Goff. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he will have the 1st down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that 1st down. On play action, Goff. A throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Whistles look like the right side got an early jump there. Let's check the flag. Kevin Zeitler, the vet, guilty that time. On 2nd down, Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They bring a tight end in motion left. They hand it to Gibbs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He's got his tight end, that's Laporta. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Here's Gibbs. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. That's on the all-pro tackle, Penei Sewell. Williams in motion. Here's Goff. Quick slant taken in by Amon-Ra.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so, until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He's got it at the 7.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Completing this one to Downs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Richardson. He's got his man. That's Downs. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Richardson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Richardson. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And it's going to be 4th down.
He was defended by Emmanuel Mosley.
Here's Richardson. That's taken in. And he will have the 1st down, almost the touchdown, out of bounds, just short of the pylon. So they roll the dice on 4th down and are rewarded with 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. A second effort, and he is in. Anthony Richardson, touchdown Colts. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
First down is right.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. 1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Taken down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A run here with Gibbs. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Detroit.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Lions, 1st down.
They'll go play action with Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. On play action. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage.
In comes Michael Badgley for this field goal try. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Lions will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you had things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Colts offense getting set to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On second down, Richardson. The open man is the tight end, Granson. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. Richardson operating from the pistol. He gets this one complete to Pittman. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Throwing on second down, Richardson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he is going to have a Colts first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Throwing is Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Richardson gonna look to throw. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 13.
3rd and long. Now Richardson. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Adonai Mitchell, the intended target. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
He was covered by Brian Branch.
Richardson to throw. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. A short gain there to about the 22. Second down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Detroit.
So a win for the visitors, the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.